I'm Chris Edwards and welcome to this week's Tennis Warehouse vlog. This week we're going to look at string mini reels. Now these are great if you're a frequent string breaker or you're just stringing up a lot of rackets and you don't want to buy the big 660 reel. These are 330 feet or 100 meters in these reels. The Solinco ones we're going to look at are 328 but also listed as 100 meters, so slightly different conversion table used there for those ones. But first up, we got some new reels in, and this is what promoted me to do this on the vlog this week on the mini reels. We've got some new versions of the Alu from Luxilon. So we've got Alu Power in both the regular silver, which is really nice, crisp, clean feeling version. If you want something that pockets and is a bit lively, get a bit more launch out of it, I think the blue gives you that very, very slight difference. And then the black version, I think, is the most controlled, the deadest of the three. So you got some great options there. These are great too if you hybrid. So you're not using a full set, using half set. You can get a lot of bang for your buck with a mini reel as opposed to just buying sets or having the expense of a bigger reel too. Next up, we've got Alu Power Rough. So this one is like Alu Power, but because it's indented to give it that rough texture, it does pocket the ball a little bit more. It's a little bit livelier, get a bit more loop on your shot. So if you like to shape the ball, it's a great way to go. I don't find it doesn't hold tension quite as well as Alu Power, but definitely softer, more comfortable playability, and it's a really popular one in hybrids as well. And then something that really does hold tension extremely well for a co-poly string, monofilament string, is 4G. And it's a firm, very crisp, very controlled playing string. So if you're a big hitter and you're really looking to deaden the string bed and maximize the control you can get on the ball, this is a great way to go right there. So those are the Luxilon mini reel offerings. Let's check out another brand now. Next up, we've got Babolat, and this is RPM Blast. And we just have the regular black RPM Blast here, but we've got it in 16, 17, and 18 gauges. So the thinner the gauge, the more lively the string is going to play. It's going to open up the string pattern a little bit in your racket too. Some players find they get a little bit of bite from it. Some players find it really forgiving. I find when I go really thin, if you catch the ball near the edge, you kind of run out of elasticity. And you can get sometimes some shearing or just a little bit of a firmer feel out there. So go with a thicker gauge, I think, for control, and then work your way down to the thinner gauge if you want to open up that string bed a little bit. Okay, next up, we've got some Solinco strings, and first up again, we've got Torbite and the 1.30, which is a 16 gauge, the 1.25, which they call a 16L, and then the 17 gauge, which is 1.20. And this again is a really nice, crisp, clean feeling string. I really like the response of that string in my rackets. I play it mostly in a full bed, but again, it's a great string to hybrid with as well. And then last but certainly not least, one of our favorite strings here at T-Dub is Solinco Hyper G. And again, we've got it in the 16, the 1.30, the 16L, the 1.25, and the 17 gauge, which is the 1.20. Great string if you're playing it in a full bed. Tons of control, pockets the ball nicely for a firm string, so you get that sense the ball is sitting there, and I think that helps with some spin production out of that string too. I found it to work very well in pretty much any racket I've put it in, so I really enjoyed that one right there. And again, great way to go, great if you're traveling, throw one of these in your bag. You don't have to have a ton of just individual sets floating around in there and you're rummaging around. Just put one of these in your bag and you're ready to go. Okay, that's all I got for this week. Thank you so much for watching.